BlazinConvo like 6.0, man. Last time you saw us, we was on the patio. Got Mikkel back. Welcome back. He's not in his state. He's actually doing a lot better.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. And then we have Frances. This is the new addition. Fran. She's been off camera a lot though, but she helped with the new upgrades as well. And I just want you to take note where we at, man. Top Crown Smoke and Vape, right here in Chandler, Arizona, and it is on the corner of Arizona and Warner. So the address will be listed somewhere in this area when we do that later. Magic stuff. So don't worry, come on down, man. They open 7 days a week. Currently, they got everything you need. Bongs, pipes, vapes, wraps, everything in the candy store. Any exclusive drinks you ain't getting in too many different places, let me tell you. So come on down, get what you need, man. We're here 7 days a week. I want to take this time to introduce a young lady who has an amazing vision and idea on forward thinking and how she wants it to go, and it's almost perfectly planned. We're going to introduce Moms, who is the creator of Roast and Toast.
Thank you for having me. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Sweet.
So please, introduce yourself and let people know what's going on.
Well, again, I'm Moms, and Top Crown Smoke and Vape is our family's baby. We have Top Crown collections over in Chandler Fashion Mall, but again, Smoke and Vape is definitely our baby. One of the things that I wanted to kind of really discuss about the Top Crown Roast and Toast, the Sunday morning roast and toast, is I had already been talking about it, but what ended up happening is that Dee came in one day. Energy was a little off, just a little. And we just started talking, and one of the things that she said was, we're supposed to be a community, but there's no unity. And from there, I was like, you are absolutely correct. So she is the reason why the Top Crown's Roast and Toast, the morning Roast and Toast is actually being executed. Because at this point, instead of just talking about, the problems that are out there, or the things that are going on out in the world, we actually want to have an adult conversation, very deep, to come up with, just ideas. Because I think it was Margaret Thatcher who said, small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, and great minds discuss ideas. So this is what I wanted to bring to the table.
That's
So what is that?
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah, and this is where we're going to take this, and then we're going to spark this whole new, it's going to end up being a revolution. Open-minded individuals can come together and just express and explain all different types of ideas, but then you never know, you might birth a whole new generation of individuals that receive the information of being capable.
Exactly, that's what's needed. That's the hope.
That's the hope. So, me too, I can't wait for that too. I'm gonna be right there in the front row. I'm gonna get it early. So, anybody else got any other input on that?
He's already chosen.
Y'all remember Mikkel, right? Mr. Sir talks a lot.
How can they not? For real.
What about you, friend?
I mean, I totally agree, because there's a lot of ways to help people. There's a lot of ways to improve things. So I'm totally in with that topic as well.
That's the birth of it, man. That's just like the beginning. Sitting there and thinking of different ideas that you can come up with, and the direction it could really be compelled to is, man, that's astronomical. And it's different. Nobody's doing it. Except for you.
Hopefully it's just me.
I think that's going to be crazy. And it's beautiful establishment, it's beautiful setup. You can't even get a backdrop that's just good. Honestly.
It's facts.
And that's, I don't know, you can't see back there, but man, I'm just saying, it's a spot to be. And what in the world is he talking about? This is why this can happen. Excuse him. It's, as long as all in the background saying, I don't know why you're doing this, guy. And he's like, he's typing like this. What is going on? Are you breaking Morse code right now?
He still thinks he's using a typewriter.
Man, this is what it's about right here, folks. It really is. We got about 10 more minutes when we go back to where you was before. Yeah, buddy. But what do you see ultimately turning into?
Again, just a platform for, instead of people just constantly discussing the same things over and over again, yes, we know that there's crime. Yes, we know that there's racism. Yes, we know that there's these things that are going on, and just lots of, family issues. We know that they're going on. People will talk about the events that took place. Hey, there was shooting here, there was this, there was that. Okay, that's great. But what are we doing? Besides just talking? Because, and I get that social media is all about, trying to get the dialogue open, but if you ever really pay attention, it's always, it always turns into a left and a right, a right and a wrong. It's always that way, instead of people literally going, okay, well, how do we put these two things together in order to fix the problem? Let's come up with solutions. That's, you know what I mean? So I want people to think a little bit higher rather than, yeah, this is it, and just complain about it. Because personally, I get tired of hearing about complaints. Okay, let's fix it and move on. How do you grow? Why are you still stuck in one place when you can, I guess, fix it or figure out people who can help you to fix it, things like that, and then again grow, move on. And that's what I see this entire life.
And that's where unity comes to play.
Exactly.
That would be a big thing. That could just be the actual true unity.
Yes.
Bring
Or
everybody
bridge the
together.
gap. Because you had, moments and stages in life where people were able to unite. So it's just really trying to bring it back.
Yeah.
I think right now, a great way to help others is especially those that are in poverty, the homeless people.
Here it really had a big impact.
Yeah.
Try to be like a nice thing to do to help. Or that's where unity comes into place, because that's where donations help, and little fundraisers here and there. Volunteers.
Right. And just a little back history, which has nothing to do with, okay, it has something, but just bear with me because mine is going a mile a minute. So everyone has heard of the March of Dimes, right? So the March of Dimes actually started during like the Great Depression. And so the president at that time, cut this out completely, the president of the time, was it Roosevelt? What he did was he actually, reached out to the nation, to the communities, and was like, hey, if everyone could just donate one dime, then they would be able to help, babies and stuff like that. And honestly, from that, they were actually able to then they had money enough to make vaccines for like polio and stuff like that. So again, it just took a dime. And that's why it was called the March of Dimes. So honestly, I really should have, refreshed my memory on it before bringing it up. But listening, to you mention, the volunteering, donating, things like that. I mean, how can we get that out there to be like, who could help us to create something like that when we could help the homeless that way? On a grander scale. I mean, they're coming up with, small homes, also been making small homes for the homeless in different states. You know, what else could possibly be done?
That's a great scheme. That's a great scheme. That purpose and that drive and that's a high standard. I can see it happening though. I can see it being accomplished. I really do.
The question is who forced the march of dimes? He put it out there, but who forced it and why?
That's true, but I think
You on that side.
that what, I know, but look, but I think that, question from the audience. But I think that because everyone was suffering at that time, that it was like, well, if we all want to survive, if we want to get through this, then we have to do something. And that's when the people came together and just started sending in their dimes. You know what I'm saying? Because that was pretty much all they had. Now, what, we have margin dollars now, you know, margin $100, because, you know, whatever. But it seems so, today, a dime is so substantial. Well, it's not substantial, but it's so small of amount. But again, to get that dime from every person, it's a starting point.
But you see why it happened, why the March of Dimes came, and what happened 2 times before then.
Right.
It wasn't made for people that were already paid, which was the white man. Okay? Not to sound racist, not to go off book, but in all actuality, he got forced into a position that you better figure out a way to acknowledge and fix what has been done, such as 1, Rosewood, 2, Tulsa, Oklahoma. The 2 black Wall Streets that were richer than anything in the world that they've done. So now he's stuck trying to clean up a mess, such as most people have to do.
Right.
So in order for us to unite and be united and become one group to build a form of love and respect and help each other lift up, we have to go back to those days and look at how they actually took from the dirt without a penny
At all.
and rise it up to billions.
Right.
That's what happens. Sure.
Yeah, we are gonna need you on this side. I don't know why you sitting over there, you know.
I was drinking coffee with her.
Come on, Miguel. Shed some light on something, bro.
Well, you know what, here's what it looks like. One of the things that I heard was that, you know, when you're stuck, or, you know, in such a high state, that there's certain things that you can take in order to counteract that. And so CBD is one of them. And so since we're gonna talk about CBD a little bit, what I do have here from Jolly Cannabis are samples. And I actually wanted you all to actually try these and kind of give a review on them. Jolly Cannabis is, I won't say that they're relatively new, but not that new. They just came out with a new product, their gummy line, and it is Delta 9 THC derived directly from the hemp plant, and it's naturally extracted, so there's no chemicals or anything like that, whatever. And it's also federally legal. So perhaps you'll try one, and you know.
He has a big old smile on his face.
I know.
That's all right, bro.
So.
Yeah.
I know, and then, hey, shout out to Dasha for, you know, hooking us up with this.
Yes.
So again, they have 3 flavors, the strawberry watermelon, they have the cherry blackberry, and they also have a mango citrus. We weren't lucky enough to get that particular one, but definitely.
We got 2 of them.
You have 2 in a pack.
Hey, there you go, 2 in the pack.
Try it.
Let's
Ooh,
do
yeah.
it.
Gummy time.
Wow.
This is gonna be so good.
Oh, this shit tastes good.
like candy, like
Most
Jolly
definitely.
Sure
Rancher?
do.
Alright.
Okay.
They're good apples.
Well, you need a box before you leave? Okay.
That's actually really good. Man. What can this stuff do?
Okay, all right.
Let me see that, please. Man, jolly. Let me tell you here. From me to you. It's a good one. This was the cherry blackberry. That was a good one.
So this one, strawberry, watermelon?
Yeah.
So in about a half hour, that's when we're gonna revisit this.
That would be terrible. You know when
Flavor.
you elevate it, you go left real quick. You're like, oh my God, what happened? Who gave me this gummy? I'm pretty sure it'll be like nice and even.
Well, yeah, because it has, it's 10 milligrams of THC, or Delta 9, and 15 milligrams of CBD. So definitely supposed to give you an even kill, after a while, but then, you mellow out.
Mhm.
So,
Balance.
yes.
I like that. I like that.
That's his first word, he said balance. It's working.
I know that's right. Seriously. Is there anything anybody else has on the subject? Roast and toast, man. It just sounds incredible.
Roast and toast.
Yeah, we'll definitely have our coffee.
Look at these cups though. Like the cups are amazing. The mugs are amazing.
So what type of roast?
I don't
Roasted
like-
people?
Oh, one person.
What in the world is wrong
Alice
with you?
Burger.
She's gonna snatch this up before you.
Premium roast.
Hey, got it
And it's
set on my
functional.
Oh,
heart.
yeah.
So it's fun.
The
like,
Day
it's
of the
really-
Dead
it's
is,
functional.
that's a nice, I love the way that mug looks. It's very beautiful.
I have it tatted on my arm.
Man, if you ain't got one, what's wrong with you? This thing only $15. You better cop up. You know you be spending more than that in Walmart. Stop playing. Look at this. This is.
Dead.
I'll be on my way to work.
You know what I'm saying? It's $4 a month. You get that.
You have to go real, man, this is only $20. And you can just come here and get this beautiful mug.
Yeah, and you can't say it's not like weed approved. And you know you get some unweed approved situations, like I gotta use a fork for this? God.
See, that's why I'm not over there, because I'd have made you put that cup back where it was.
To
You
be
know what?
honest, I don't care. I'll do spaghetti.
Everybody.
I can't get.
His name is Uncle Otis.
Put that on there, curious.
Uncle Otis, in case you're wondering.
Time.
She's talking about putting spaghetti inside there and smoking and then eating it up.
Milk and cereal,
Bowl
why
of
not?
cereal, yeah,
Yes,
that's what I'm
yes.
saying.
Yes.
What's
Bowl
your
of
favorite
cereal.
meal?
I think they do have actual bowls.
Mmm. You see
Hey,
how
that's
quiet
the
it got
perfect
to?
one
It
for
was like
spaghetti.
solidified, like, dang. That's
Oh,
real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Man.
Have you ever done a dab before?
No, I'm not trying to die. No.
Hold on, give me 1 minute with that one. That's gonna take a second, all right? Gotta remember how this goes. That's after. Stop doing that. Seriously.
Can't even keep this up.
I
Oh,
can't.
man.
But this is BlazinConvo, and this is what we wanted to introduce to Top Crowns as well, because it's hard to like really convey the vision. You gotta actually sit in the middle of it. So I'm actually really happy you get to see this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm happy Cal gets to see this version of it, because he was on the patio with us.
We can't even see
You know what I'm
his
saying?
eyes.
Trying to
So
roll
this
around
guy-
in a small space.
This guy. I'm so glad you're not there, because I thought it was coming. The voices and the songs and stuff.
Wait, is
Remember
it
that?
like a preacher?
Yeah, yeah. He fell 3 times when he was hurt.
Call 911. Call 911.
Dead ass, dog.
I just threw up right all over you.
I'm just saying.
So I can make shit.
Welcome back to BlazinConvo, by the way.
Welcome back.
It feels good to be back. This is good shit. Listen here, guy. You did a lot of shit. It was so funny every time it happened. You made Monica stand up and go stand in the corner.
Then she stole my wheelchair. Whoa. Said, get up and walk and come get it.
I'm sorry. Remember the time you were so high? You couldn't walk for shit. All of a sudden that shit went to the side and you started walking. It was after the gummy.
He needed to get outside real bad. He almost threw the walker. Yeah, that's this guy. You guys remember?
He was like a baby when I first started to learn how to walk.
You notice the tag team is all on him.
You know,
I
I
know
love
when you put it behind a mini fridge.
I told you to get it. Because you couldn't lift anything at
You
that
don't
time.
understand, man. Mikkel is in his own right, is just pure comedy. So it's good to have him here for this, man.
Those wheelchair races, those were good.
I can't. Why?
I'm rolling.
There it is. Here's Mikkel. So,
You know what he looked like?
What?
He looked like Bowser from Mario.
wait
So
a
I just
minute.
pictured Bowser on a wheelchair.
Wait a minute. Please. Please. Oh my God. You know how I feel? I feel like a parrot. Not around company. Not around company. Give me 1 second. I swear to goodness, we gonna get there. Please. Moms, thank you so much, seriously, for hosting. But I got it. Not around company. Chill.
Oh, they call it roast time.
We're like, right,
Roast
we'll be right
toast.
back after the giggles.
Seriously, man, it's a beautiful idea, and I'm very appreciative of being able to be a part of it and see it grow.
Oh, yeah. most
Seriously, and
definitely.
I'm definitely glad you with the BC family, BlazinConvo family. We got all our blazers out there. And, okay. Yeah, buddy.
What?
I know when you do that face, that means food. I know your thought process. I know you. I'm on the clock. So, yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. And thank you for allowing us to be able to do this in your space.
No problem, it's definitely, I mean, because when you came in with the entire idea, you know, stating who you were and things like that, it was like, okay, so he came to me and he wants to just use the space. I mean, so you thought that we were just the spot.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that actually touched me a lot, considering the fact that we just opened up in June, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, why wouldn't I want to help you all out if you're helping me out, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, I mean, it's the two hands clapping,
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
That's what y'all need to do.
Don't
Love.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He bugs, right?
Don't do that.
I got about 30 more seconds on this professional clock, and it's me and you.
Hey, all I'm saying is the unity that has come right here, if you sit back and look at it, you can help each other grow and prosper across the world.
Amen.
But now it's the part of understanding each step together. Every time you take 5 steps forward, you have to take 3 steps back to remark what those 5 steps took,
Mm-hmm.
to go 5 more steps. By the time you're done, you done moved 50 steps and didn't even realize it because it really only took 2 steps. Feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
The unity that is being built here, that's being formed, and that is going to be spread across the United States and the world, is something that you don't find in a mixed nationality of people. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You have Puerto Rican, Cuban, whatever,
Oh.
mixed as hell, blacker than 13 monkeys, lighter than a white walls on a 13/7.
Wow.
And then you got moms over here who's controlling everything. But she's bringing it here to her space so that you all can unite, to show everybody that it doesn't matter where you're from and that family is not where you live.
Next time you on this side.
No, I'm not.
In the next 5 minutes, he's gonna be right here in my seat.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, if you look at life and you're uniting together, you took the opportunity to hear her out. She took the opportunity to hear you out. You guys put it together. This young lady came in to help out. That gentleman and that young lady came in to help out. Okay, when you look at that, that is a unity that most people will never find. Especially in this atmosphere.
Yeah.
You catch what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, because one of the first things that I had asked Dee was, you know, number one, are you from Arizona? And she was like, yeah, no. And I was like, yeah, I'm not either. Are you having a hard time here? She's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it's like we are having a difficult time with trusting one another. You know, and it's like, I'm from Illinois, so I grew up on the south side of Chicago. And so it's like, I don't know, I just grew up in trust, you know what I mean? And so it was like, oh, I need this, or, you know, can we do this? Or, you know, it was always something, you know, where you definitely knew who you could trust. I get out here and it's like, well, they look like me, you know, they work in the same places that I do, and I'm expecting the same type of outcome. And it wasn't. And I was like, oh, what type, who are they? What is this? So then it made me very skeptical of every other person that I ran into. And so that's how we just really started going back and forth, you know, and I'm like, you know what? You know, I mean, I've had people come and say that they wanted to collab and do things. And again, I was very skeptical because I'm like, well, that meant that you found us out. So it wasn't just that, you know, happened by chance. And so I'm more of the person that if you come to me directly and say, hey, looked you up, here's what I want to do, you know, whatever, then I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how they came to me. But when they came in, I was just like thinking, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna look into this, and then finally I said, you know what, after our conversation, I have to learn to trust somebody, and here you are.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
So, in all factor, this is a question for everybody, in all factor, do you believe that it is the communities, it is the actual state lines that separate that trust? I can explain it better once I get an answer, but do you believe that in certain states you get better trust out of each person, or do you believe that it's just people in general?
For me, it's kind of difficult to really pinpoint it because, yes, Arizona. When I was thinking about moving here, the only research that I did is I looked at demographics, and at that time, and maybe the census was off back in 2018. There were only 4% blacks in Arizona. And so I'm on Facebook all the time because I just pretty much got used to using Facebook. And it took about 15 years, but whatever, hey, just don't judge me. And so I see things in patterns. And so the pattern with a lot of the Arizona groups that I first saw was the exact same thing that I mentioned. They were like, why are there so many people? They move here. It's like, I remember reading one post. This guy says, what is wrong with the women here? He says, oh girl, they came here as a family. So it was a husband, wife, and kids. They moved here with everything. And she just jetted, she left. He says, what is up with that? People just, they leave their cars, they leave everything, they just go. And I was like, man, So once everything happened with the pandemic, and then you just started to have mass, people coming in from different places, I mean, that added to it. I don't think I know Arizona was not ready for it. Because they had their own little culture, which a lot of people say, well, Arizona doesn't have culture, and everybody wants to bring culture to Arizona. And I'm like, no. They have culture, we just don't know what it is. It's different, and we have to seek that out. We have to figure out what it is that they consider culture, so that we can respect that. But again, so many people. So again, it's now the trust is just,
Sure.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You're from the south side of Chicago?
Yes.
That means you're a Bears fan.
Here it comes.
I am not a sports fanatic at all.
That was the right answer.
Just saying.
So you have to understand, here's why I say this, is because I've been around the United States. I've seen more places than an average person's ever gonna dream of. I've seen how the
Know that.
communities and the knowledge of the interactions go,
Mhm.
okay? Like, I live in Sac now. I'm born and raised in Arizona. I've never liked, I can't date a sister from Arizona because they're angry. So when that man said that, it was the truth. Most sisters here are angry, but if you get a sister from a different state, you'll notice that the black man from Arizona runs to them. Although they say they don't, they do, okay?
Okay.
But when you go to other states, you see these families, and you see these different nationalities that mix, and everybody is happy. Sacramento, I don't think anybody dates in their race, okay? But the unity there
Right.
between these people that are mixed races, their unity is so strong that they help each other build that 7-Eleven or that smoke shop or this grocery store or that food mart,
And that's definitely what we need.
you know? But you can't get that in Arizona with angry people.
Right.
A lot of people here are angry for two reasons. You gotta remember, this is the last 2 weeks of the civil wars in this state, okay? The other thing is, we are the only state that allows a hanging post to sit in front of a courthouse. And it's still there to this day,
Air out all of y'all.
okay?
Wow.
So it's hard for blacks to be able to move forward here because we still have that they don't understand each other attitude.
This is true.
But then you got this family over here that is not black and they're saying, well, how did he get a new truck? Or how did he get that brand new car? Or how did he do this? You know why? Because they reached out, lifted up the next person and walked them and said, hold on. No, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna come over here with us so we can help you grow. If blacks could just follow a lead instead of thinking, oh, you owe me, you owe me, you owe me. First of all, nobody owes nobody nothing. Okay, I was not in the slavery days, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay? I'm not gonna go there with them. I don't owe nobody nothing, nobody owes me nothing. I have to make my own way. But you have to learn how to pick each other up
Right.
and walk. In Chicago, they do that. I know, because I got family all over the south side of Chicago. And New York, certain parts of the Bronx and certain parts of the Brooklyn and certain parts of Queens, they do that, okay? If you go to St. Louis, if you go to New Orleans, you go to Houston, Texas, they help carry each other, pick each other up. But not just as one race, as a community.
Correct.
Our communities here are all about competition.
Yeah.
And there's where we need to step back. If you're going to unite, you're gonna walk with each other, you're gonna hold each other's hand and go. You can't get mad because this person made a mistake.
Right.
Or something got broke, or something had to go backwards, or you had to turn around and start over. No matter what, it's like a marriage. You wanna unite communities, you wanna unite roast and toast at all means across the United States, across the world, and it will go viral, okay? But when you wanna do that, you have to make sure that you're willing to unite with the same group of people all the time and bring in new people.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? If you bring in new people, you're gonna unite and go across the world. Now, that's family right there. I just met you, so now you're family. I just met her, so now she's family. I don't even know her name, and now she's family. She types faster than 3264 is going across the street. But we have to be able to understand. All right, you guys call me Uncle Phil. Think about this. Think about this. The south side of Philly, do you know how they live over there? Do you know that they really ride horses every day? Their community is just like the movie Concrete Cowboy, and it's real there like that. That's what they do. That's how they live. Okay? But if you go to the south side of Chicago, everybody has a block. You see what I'm saying? Now, the communities are not much different than each other, but they are. If you go to Florida, every nationality and race has a community. But now you go to New York, nobody has a community because it's too packed. But if you go to New Orleans, what do you have? I don't think anybody in New Orleans knows color. I've been there 3 times, I don't see it. But then you go to Texas, and it's either you're donked out or you're low-ridered out. That's literally how it is.
Yeah, I have family from Louisiana, and I actually went to school in New Orleans for a year. And back then, you could tell, there were rich areas, and then you could pass underneath a viaduct, and then it's poor areas. So the division was just so obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so maybe today they don't see color like that, but believe you me, back then there was a lot of colorism. And I mean, I had a cousin who also went to the same college, and I had never met her before. But what happened is that my father, before I left, he sat me down, he said, I need you to write these numbers down, these names down, this. And so he was like, you know, this is your family member, this is your family member, this is your family member. And in Louisiana, you have to know the last names because, well, it's better now, but because there were people who were marrying their cousins. So I have a cousin who would say, hey, I'm your cousin twice over, or something like that, because they had no idea that they were related when they got married. And I guess must have went to a family reunion and was like,
They got the same invite.
exactly. But the whole point was that when I met my cousin, because I recognized the last name, and I went up to her and I said, hey, is your grandmother's name this? And she was like, yeah. I was like, hey, you're related, you're my cousin. She was a light-skinned, girl, and we just did not click. And I mean, and at that time, again, there was a lot of colorism. I was just like, it is what it is. Okay, let me just keep it rolling.
And it was like that in the 70s. They haven't experienced it. But in the 60s and the 70s and the early 80s, it was hard. It didn't matter where you were from. You just had to remember, a home is not where you live, it's family. And not everybody you related to is family. I got relatives that are relatives, and that's what they gonna stay. And that's how you look at it.
Yeah, and this is the type of material that will be provided on Roast and Toast. That's gonna be, some days it's gonna be hot and heavy, man. That's gonna be something to witness.
Oh, yeah.
It really will be. So we wanna settle on a recording schedule so that we can get this thing going. So I would say somewhere around, if you don't mind, Sundays. Sundays mornings works best.
Yes.
9 a.m.
Yes.
Perfect. Because that's right before the store opens. So you might see us in here doing our thing every week. So just us, no worries.
Now let's get back to the gummies, how they feel.
Yes.
She said come back in 30 minutes, been over 30 minutes.
Actually, I'm chilling.
I'm chill.
I'm floating. Yeah.
Oh, you can
He's
talk now.
speaking.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. What about for you, man?
I feel great.
You talking about? I like that. You still here with us?
I just bumped in a little bit.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't listen. We are here. Not so much to here.
So we want to know her opinion on the conversation
Here.
today.
Francis?
We need to know her opinion. She hasn't said but 2 words.
Yes, she is.
She had that. I was talking about poverty and housing
Yeah,
and all
where you
that.
been at?
Here. That's right.
We don't have poverty.
So these videos will actually come to you every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday.
That's our goal.
That's our goal, yeah.
Yes.
But there will definitely be constant content, which you can find them. Remember,
No, I don't. I didn't even think.
Mom don't do the social media. Don't hold her for that.
Right. So you're saying found on Instagram.
Yep.
We don't have Twitter, do we?
No.
Okay, yeah, so I guess it's just Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat.
They caught that. She finally said something. That's what this was talking about. But I'm just saying, the level mom's working on. Oh, it's back there. Yeah. Huh?
Hey, you all right, bro?
Great.
What was you looking at?
I was thinking,
Thinking about what?
remember Tommy?
Food?
Oh, yeah.
I wish you would.
Hold on, we almost there.
I wish you would think about
I'm
something.
thinking about food. All the
Think about
food.
food. Arby's.
It looks like.
All right, so I'm gonna try and figure out how to have food here available, coffee here available.
What?
You know what the funny
Looks like
part
one in a
is?
cot because he's got a place to recline.
Yes.
You know what the funny part is? You got a beautiful thing going. You're just gonna have to come up with some real serious conversations that people are scared to talk about.
Mhm.
And one of the main conversations that, you know, as a roasted toast, people need to get into and start understanding how the government is trying to control everybody's movements and nobody's looking at it. Just like I'll stand in front of that camera and tell you, everybody says Black Lives Matter. Yes, they do. But do we want that?
Right.
Do we want that? Do you want that? Do you want that in the constitutional rights? Do you want that in the constitutional rights? See, you want to do a podcast, you need about 4 or 5 hours messing with me. That's why I did not sit on that side. But if you sit back and think about that, next week I will be here to sit down and have that conversation. I will sit beside you.
I'll say some old shit. We ain't got that much tape.
Hold up.
We do got that much
Wait,
tape.
whoa, but that's not fair. It's not fair. You say you don't smoke, you don't drink.
No.
Here it comes. Let's do it.
That's
You know
not-
why I don't smoke and drink?
Hmm.
Because,
You know, this side.
honest to truth, when I smoke, I get violent. Anybody who has made me mad has to leave now.
Gotcha.
When I drink, I get mentally retarded. Okay?
Okay.
And I mean really retarded.
Medical term.
Okay? I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
Just to clear that up.
You, as a man of what I've been through, where I've been, places I've been, and the things I've had to do in my life, those aren't the things I need in my life. I mainly focus on what I have, and that's my grandkids.
Right.
You know, material things you can have it all. I don't care.
Right.
Just don't touch my babies. Don't touch my family that I consider my family. But on the other note, think about what I just asked you. Do we, quote, really want that in the constitutional rights? I'll break it down to you why you don't.
We're gonna find out next time. That's a good one. That's something to get started with next time.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Man behind the camera.
I ain't behind the camera. She been over here recording me. I know she has.
So again, thank you so much for hosting, having us for real. We greatly appreciate it.
Well, thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Yes, Lord.
Definitely.
Well, tune in next time. We see y'all next week. The gang is back. See y'all next time.